Let me calm down for a second. They're on their way. They put in a real joke, no joke, or email me every day, even on your birthday. That's what I'm about to switch over to. The truth is about to be told to these snitches here trying to call me a snitch. This is the funny thing about this one. And you know, choke no joke, tissue, joints. Shout out to my man, Mr. Snappy, bro.
Return.
Great Britain, UK, you know what it is. So, more recently,
I have him in the background because I want to bring up some of the stuff he said so you can see how he contradicted himself.
I'm going to address it once.
This was 8 months ago, and now he's saying some other stuff.
I can make 100 videos.
The proof is in the pudding, the proof is out, the paperwork is out where you can download it, click it, read it yourself.
You can always go to 61st Street and get the paperwork.
Yes, you can.
Because Japan,
you didn't even want to say my name.
Dude be selling the yellow grass seller, nigga. He's talking about he's gonna take my honor. Well, listen, brother.
Any rate, until he gets to the part where I want to point out, let me talk. Johnny Bunting Jr., also known as the Force. I have been home for almost 6 years. I did prison time for murder. And
never can you snatch my honor.
Since I've been home, I've been doing things for the community, things for the youth, things for people in general. And I have not been promoting nor glamorizing murder or any sort of
I'm talking to you
lifestyle that is against the law. You do what you do.
The yellow grass.
You know, you make your choices, you make your decisions, and you live with
talking to you as a man, as a Muslim.
Penalties, repercussions, or what have you that come with your decisions.
As a righteous man.
I have been interviewed
as
by
one that say
the mayor of Mount Vernon, the former mayor of Mount Vernon. I've been interviewed by people on different platforms in the internet, YouTube world, Instagram world,
I respected you.
Scheme Team, King Erna,
Beehive.
Most notably and most recently, King Flip. Queen's Flip, excuse me. King Erna, Queen's Flip. All right.
I'm not even joke. I don't even want to joke. I don't want to joke. I want this to be a serious problem. You telling me
the focus of my interviews aren't on this raptor.
You telling me
it's on me.
You are
meaning
Muslim, brother.
My life in general, things that occurred in my life that led me.
You would give your platform.
Just so happened,
he
played an integral part of me actually going to prison with testimony. But it ain't about you, bro. It ain't about you. It ain't about you as far as you are somebody that glamorizes. No. You're nobody. But you're somebody who is on a stand. So because of the fact that you're on the YouTube,
because a man,
it just makes it more of a newsworthy, so to speak, because you've been a hypocrite. You've been calling people snitches and saying this, that, and the third about people who testified or what have you. And you've been testifying on people and going to the police and talking. So how's the pot calling the kettle black? So that's the reason why you're so easy to point the finger at because you're a hypocrite. If you were a law-abiding citizen and you witnessed a crime and you testified, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be here at all. We wouldn't be here at all. But you were running around talking like, oh, this guy's a snitch, or this girl's a snitch, and you're a snitch. You can't say anything about anybody, telling on anybody. Now, here's the flip. Oh, no, not King and Queen flip. And the flip side, he tried to flip it and say that I told on him, and he didn't do anything to tell on. So it would be very idiotic to mention to the police, oh, such and such was there as a witness. Why? Why would you do that? So because of this statement that he made, I posted some of the paperwork that came from the investigation in which my uncle, not cousin, my uncle had mentioned me and my co-defendant, and I was already arrested, and therefore the police were looking for my co-defendant because of what my uncle said and what another witness said. So my cousin, who was already in jail already, the feds, had nothing to do with anything. He just so happened to have the same name as his father, but he didn't do anything. Now, the paperwork clearly states that they were looking for my co-defendant because of what the witnesses said, not me. And he was in the car lap dancing. No one said he was there. That's the answer to the question, snitch. No one said he was there because you ran your mouth when they pulled you over. That's why.
How did the police know I was there?
Because you said you were there.
Who told them?
No one but you.
Show them the paperwork.
The paperwork is ready to be shown. How about that? Anything else? Anything else? Now, I also put a video out called The End of Days. Choke No Joke. It's a rap. You can look for it on YouTube. You can look for it on, what's that?
He's a rap. Oh yeah.
Apple Music, Tidal. It's a few platforms you can look for it, listen to it. You can look for it right here on YouTube and listen to it. And I'm actually going to play it before the video's over so you can hear it. So,
that nigga right there got some animosity in his heart too. Why, I don't know. Now this other guy, I'm gonna tell you why he has animosity. And
yeah, tell him why I got animosity.
He's my brother.
I'm his brother.
I love him.
He loves me. I'm from his hood.
I never did nothing to this man.
But you testified on him. That's what you did. What else?
But brother, you go on your platform, you give this man the opportunity to. You didn't see all the holes in his story. You're supposed to be a street dude. Now I'm gonna give it to you. You told him he gonna have to provide you with that paperwork, but you should have did all your fact checking before you even did that. To just call me a rat.
You're a rat. I called you a rat. What else? What else?
Now, I'm a man of forgiveness. So my Muslim brother, in the name of Allah, I forgive you. I'm not gonna hold this on you. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, you probably get some a Jay-Z fan, and y'all felt like y'all got me.
What Jay-Z got to do with it?
No, brother.
You just be name dropping just to try to get views.
And not do the research on this one, you got the wrong brother. And you are now dethroned. For dismissed. Now, homeboy.
Homeboy. You won't even say my name.
Let me start off by saying, I love you.
Oh, you love me. Oh.
I don't fear you.
Oh, yes, you do.
I don't fear nobody.
Oh, sure.
But I love you. I never had an ill bone in my body toward you.
Yeah, you was a lapdog. You idolized me.
You want to go out here and try to dirty up everything that I built. I'll put a snitch on my name.
What did you build?
All right? You were the first one arrested, right?
Sure, I was.
How did they know I was there?
They didn't know you was there.
You a snitch?
They didn't know you was there. Until you got pulled over in the car and you admitted you was there as a witness.
Let me explain to you, bro.
Explain it to me.
What a snitch is.
Yeah, let's see what a snitch is.
A snitch is one or two people that act in concert together in a crime, and someone tries to save themselves by telling on the other person. You stated, I was never your partner. You stated, you never hit me with no packs. I wasn't a worker. So we can establish that I was getting money on my own since a kid. I never had a boss.
Yeah, I didn't. You was fronted. I fronted your work to you. Forgot about that?
Say you did. I don't remember. I know I had work.
Yeah, because of me.
And I also know that day, that was the same day that I found out my mother was smoking crack.
What that got to do with me?
I'll get back to that, brother. This hurts me so much to even have to address this, because this is something that happened 30 years ago. And for somebody that harbor feelings for something 30 years ago with a person that had no involvement in their personal vendetta or beef, needs some type of mental help.
Now you do 25 years to see how your mental, somebody that's supposed to be cool with you, lying on you and snitch. How about that?
I'm going to, and I'll tell you now that he just confessed to killing the man on King Ernest's page.
Done did the time. You can say. I can say
let's tell what happened. One, you was not the only person in Edenwald that can hustle on both sides.
Who cares about that? They ain't got nothing to do with that.
You're
How about that? Let's get past that. Let's get to you testifying. Because you couldn't testify on both sides of the project. I'm making a video right now. If you're home, I got the lights on. All right.
You know about Jamel Pratt, Joe.
What about him? What about him?
All those dudes came before. You telling me they wasn't hustling on both sides of the project?
They ain't got nothing to do with what I was talking about. So anyway, move on to the snitching part. Move on to the snitching part.
So you telling me your family couldn't even hustle on both sides of the project?
Move on to the snitching part. How about that? Let's get to that part.
I don't know what you remember about back when we were 16. I understand you did 25 years. You was not the only person that hustled on both sides.
Okay, all right, yeah. Now let's get to the snitching part.
That's a fabrication.
Okay. Maybe I was wrong. So I was wrong about that.
Second,
you definitely wasn't hustling on both sides of the project.
I always could hustle in front of my building.
You couldn't hustle.
There's never been a time I couldn't hustle.
You're a liar.
My building. So I don't know what you talking about.
You're a liar.
Or that nigga in the background, champion, talking about. Only time I couldn't hustle in front of my building is when I was too young to be able to hustle in front of my building.
Okay.
When I was able to hustle, I was in front of my building.
So while you was over there with me?
Most people from the project hustled in front of my building. Not everybody from my building hustled in front of my building. So don't make it look.
Who cares about that? Get to the snitching part.
My building was this place only served people to others. Yeah, to a degree, but everybody from around the project hustled in front of the building because that was the building I was getting money outside of the building I was across the street. And remember, you did this for what? How long? How many years? When you did 25 years, I did 25 years in the street.
Yeah, tell on all motherfuckers.
I'm 25 years in the industry now.
And still ain't got no money.
But I did 25 in the street. And I survived it, brother.
Yo, you survived because you're still breathing.
A lot of stuff you don't know about.
Yeah, but the police know.
And nobody call me a rat. You gonna call me a rat when I'm 50?
Yeah, you 50 years old rat.
25 years I've been in the street.
Yep, rat.
That you was up north.
Yep.
So you want to call me a rat?
Yep.
Come on, my man.
I have paperwork, and other people said you told on them, but I have paperwork.
But you gonna have to prove that I was a rat.
That's easy.
Produce your paperwork.
Got it. Got it.
Let's get to the facts here.
Let's get to the facts.
You said you was able to hustle on both sides of the crime.
What that got to do with anything, man?
Your co-defendant lived in Bum Square. That's the reason why you was over here and hustling at Bum Square. Your co-defendant
I was hustling before I got with him over there.
The reason you was able to hustle over in 41 is because your family lived in 41.
Could you hustle in front of 41? You couldn't.
So,
okay then.
Nobody here is glorifying drugs and hustling.
All right, so why are you talking about that then? Because that has nothing to do with you snitching on it. Right, we don't care about that. Get to the snitching part.
That you brought it up. Tell the people the truth. Fat Cat robbed you. It wasn't that a guy gave you a black eye. Fat Cat robbed you and your co-defendant because y'all was hustling on Bum Hill or Bum Square. Tell the truth. You got robbed and the Fat Cat was a stick-up kid. He robbed y'all. Now, moving forward. The day I hung out with you might have been all of maybe 2 or 3 times that we ever hung out our entire life. If I am lying, produce pictures of me and you hanging out.
Why would I do that?
Anywhere. Skakey, the ring, 125th Street, us as kids, the school picture, class picture. Show me and you having a relationship where we was hanging like that tough.
What that got to do with you snitching?
We hung out with some broads or whatever. Like you said, I had the broads.
You didn't have the broads. I didn't say that. That's a lie.
Ain't nobody surprised about that.
That's a lie. You didn't have the broads.
I wasn't a worker. I was doing my own thing. I had women. You hung with me because I had chicks.
I didn't hang with you because you had chicks.
I didn't say it.
That's a lie. That's a lie. You came over here and you hustled in front of the building I had control.
With chicks.
So
thank you.
I had the car, you had a pair of Nikes. How about that?
I appreciate that. Now, let's talk about the day that happened.
Let's talk about it. So you've been talking about it, so talk about it now.
I'm driving because I got a license.
I was driving.
I'm a nigga with a license.
You did have a licenence. But I was driving my car.
Yep. I didn't even know what you had back there.
You know what it was, Honda Accord. You know exactly what it was.
Civic, whatever it was. It ain't like you had a Benz.
I got a Benz now. What do you got?
Or anything like that.
I had a Honda Accord. You had a pair of sneakers. I was bigger than you.
You know, had the Benz.
Okay.
The Beans.
Yeah, they had the Benz and the Beans. All right, cool.
You said Rick was the boss.
Yeah, he was a boss.
Rick and Dito were partners.
What that got to do with me? And you was telling them.
They were partners. And they were partners in of the 4-1 group. The feds done arrested them, everything, all that.
See, he said it. The feds done arrested them, so he contradicted himself when he tried to call my cousin a snitch a couple of days ago. See, here's another lie from this dude.
I'm not taking nothing from Dito. But we from 32 or our generation, maybe when you went to jail, Rick and them and Geek on them was getting extorted by Joe Pratt. And they didn't fight back Joe Pratt.
You don't even know. You're talking about stuff you don't even know about. So you just weren't trying to seem like you know everything. You're still reporting.
I'm not issuing on them.
Yes, you are, because you don't know no facts.
You know what I'm saying? So on our side, when the same people they extorting us, we fought. We fought for years.
You don't fight. You call the police.
And I'm not gonna say what happened and all that other stuff.
You not?
But my man, for years we've been in the trenches in the street. I know you survived the jail. You lived in jail. You made money in jail.
Yeah, I did. I sure did.
My man, I survived the streets. You know what I'm saying? So for me to be a stand-up guy and run with all the dudes that I ran with, why would you want to go and do that and try to put that on my name? And me and you wasn't even cool like that.
You don't have to be cool like that for you not to snitch on me.
We wasn't partners. We wasn't friends. We didn't hang with each other every day like that. For you to be feeling like I owe you something. But me being a real dude, I always keep it real. Now let's talk about the situation. I'm driving your car.
You wasn't driving my car. I was driving my own car.
That you got a problem with. He robbed you. I'm not mad at you for what you did. And my condolences to Fat Cat family for even be talking about this. But this guy's bringing this up. He's the one out here bragging about.
And this is the real girl. She's trying to like rile up the family or some sort like.
So please forgive me for
saying names.
But I'm not gonna let no guy go on the internet and brag about killing somebody and saying that I'm a snitch.
You are a snitch.
And responsible for him going to jail. And his actions is the reason why he went to jail. You killed the man. And you mad at me for what? I didn't tell you to kill him. You just confessed on dude's show. You went through, I said, whatever I did, I drove the car. Y'all went around the corner, I ain't see no more.
That's snitching.
I never said, yo, we pulled up. He said, yo, pull over. Opened the glove compartment, got a weapon, jumped out the car. I'm speaking hypothetically.
Oh, yeah, hypothetically?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's probably what you told him.
He grabbed a knife out of the car, jumped out the car, and his co-defendant grabbed it back, and they ran around the corner, and I ain't seen him no more. And then they came back, and then I drove him, and he picked up a girl, and I took her to a hotel. And then you told the police all that.
Nope.
When you got picked up.
Nope.
When did I ever say, I saw you with a knife? I know what a knife is at 16 years old. 17 years old.
You said I had a pouch.
I know what a knife is at 17 years old, right?
Look at the statement. It says pouch. Knife
did
pouch.
Did I say you had a knife?
Sure you did. You said I had the pouch. The knife
did
pouch.
Did I say I see you kill him?
You didn't say you saw me kill him, but you saw me chase him around the corner, and then he was dead. So that means I caught him.
What did I say?
Yeah, yes, you said it.
I sat in the car. Y'all went around the corner.
Yep.
Y'all
after
came
him.
Back.
Came back with blood on my shirt. You forgot about that?
Why did I even have to talk to the police?
I don't know. You tell me that.
Because you told him I was driving you around.
Lie. Didn't tell him that.
I went and got you a hotel room.
You told him that.
Trying to clean up your lie. Why did you put me at the scene?
Didn't put you at the scene. Your ass was in the car. Once you got pulled over, that's when you told everybody. You're the snitch, still. The paperwork proves it.
Then I go to court and testify on your behalf.
Lie! The paperwork proves it. You testified on the side of the DA.
Did I say you got out the car with a knife and ran around the corner and stabbed this man and came back bloody?
You said I would chase him around the corner, came back with blood on my shirt.
No.
Yes, you did.
What I said, I don't know what you did. You went around the corner. I ain't see you no more.
And come back with blood on my shirt.
I never said you went around the corner with a knife in your hand.
He said I had a pouch. Something in my hand. Yes.
Once again, you got caught first.
Yeah, I got caught.
How did they know me and your co-defendant was there?
They didn't know you were there. You got caught in the car, and then you spoke on it because you wasn't caught. You was actually just there. No one was looking for you. And witnesses. That's in the paperwork. You know about it. You spoke about it the other day. No one said your name.
Moving forward.
Moving forward.
Now remember, I went and got you the hotel room. You asked me to do a room for you at the hotel, right? I went and I got the room at the hotel. The room, back then, you didn't need ID. I put it under Michael Bivens, Ronnie DeVoe. I split their name. I put Michael DeVoe or Ronnie Bivens, one of the others. And I told you, I said, yo, I put it under Ronnie DeVoe, Michael DeVoe, or let's just say it was Michael DeVoe. That shit. I said, the two dudes from BBD, his first name and his last name. You was like, all right, right? When the police arrested me, how did they know that I put the hotel room under the new edition of the BBD dude name?
You told them.
Who told them that?
You. Because that was not a part of anything.
I got you a hotel room.
You. You put yourself in it.
Who told them I was there? Who told them I was driving the car?
You. Paperwork proves it. No one was looking for you. So you can make all your stories up for all your followers, but paperwork proves it.
Right there. Killed that man, stabbed that man with a knife. Did I do that?
You didn't say it like that, but you want to understand. You said I chased him around the corner. You're the snitch.
Don't ever fool me, no snitch.
You're a snitch. You're a snitch. You're a snitch. You're the snitch.
And
then
when you got your appeal, you reached out to me to make a statement for you to help you. If I was a snitch, why did you reach out to me when you got your appeal?
If you wasn't a snitch, I wouldn't have had to reach out to you. How about that?
You tried. You got an appeal. You contacted me. I even gave you a fucking statement for your appeal. And this is my fucking uncle's friend you killed, nigga.
It's a statement. So you admit that you gave me a statement. It was a recanted statement. A recanted statement means you took back what you said. You snitch. How about that?
He's from my side. I had nothing to do with it. But I wasn't mad at you.
Oh, yeah?
That's what his head called for being a stick-up kid. Rest in peace. And I no disrespect. Nobody should lose their life for it. But I wasn't upset with you because I know maybe that wasn't your intention to kill. But now you getting on the internet and you bragging that your skin is dark and you couldn't live with having a black eye, so you went and stabbed him up. You bragging about it now.
What that got to do with you snitching? I wasn't bragging, but what that got to do with you?
I'm not looking out.
You ain't had nothing. Nah.
Well, reason I'm not looking out, you know why I'm not looking out. You calling me a snitch.
You are a snitch.
You know I didn't snitch on you. All I'm trying to do is help you.
Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah?
So they called me on the freeway that day when you wanted me to promote your book. That's what this all is about.
Oh, it's all about
you wanted me to promote your book. I remember.
You remember, huh?
Now called me on the freeway. I said, yo, send me the book first. Let me read it. This other dude out here from the project is writing books and putting our names in it without our approval. Let me read the book first and then I'll promote it for you. You wanted me to give it to Miss Jones. Miss Jones was on the radio at that time. I remember it all, my nigga.
I don't even remember who Miss Jones is, but you mentioned her because I didn't know who she was.
I did it for you.
No, you didn't do it. You're a lying
bitch.
But
that same conversation, y'all thought I hung up, and your sister call me, why are you messing with that snitch ass nigga?
Because you are a snitch.
And that was the first time that I knew that you was calling me a snitch behind my back. And from that day forth, I said, yo, I've been rocking with this dude, his big.
Yo, you been rocking with him? How?
I tried to help him with his case. I tried to help him with his appeal.
You helped me with my case. You helped me right into the prison doors.
And now he calling me a snitch.
Yeah, you are a snitch.
Ask Justice, he was there.
Yeah, he was there. That's right. Ask him. Ask him. He'll tell you you're a snitch.
I tried to help you, my man.
He was there. I don't think he spoke to you since that day.
And now, let's take everything away.
Let's take everything.
Let's take everything away.
Okay.
Let's say I was a snitch.
You are a snitch. You are a snitch.
Right? I explained to you what snitch was, right?
You are a snitch.
You telling me you kill that man? What you wanted me to go to jail for you?
You was going to go to jail. Nobody's looking for you.
You wanted me to go to jail for that? You wanted me to do the 25 years, 7 years, 5 days that you did for you making the decision to kill that man in cold blood.
Look at this idiot.
You would really let me go to jail for a dude that you wronged, that wronged you, and you killed him? You would really let me go to jail for that?
No one was looking for you. What you gonna go to jail for?
I'm not your partner.
You're not my partner.
Your best friend.
You're not
I'm
my
not your cousin.
You're not my cousin. And you
would want me to go to jail for that? As somebody has nothing to do with it?
You sound like an idiot. Matter of fact, you are an idiot.
Now, talk to the people.
Yeah, talk to the people.
Tell the people the truth.
Tell the people the truth. You talk.
Your co-defendant did what? Did your co-defendant go to trial with you?
Some co-defendant copped out. He pled guilty.
What did your co-defendant do? Your co-defendant copped out and pled guilty and told the truth. So you going to trial was useless. The DA was never going to let you win that trial.
No, not with you. Not with you, then.
Coming out to that 6 to 18 and telling the truth what happened. Because the truth is, I didn't go to jail because I had nothing to do with it.
That's right. And you would have not have went to jail.
Because he had the bat and you had the knife. Y'all was partners when Fat Cat robbed y'all.
What else?
The street justice you may feel justified. But my question to you is, why are you so angry with me?
Why did you tell? That's my question to you.
What did I do?
You had nothing to do with it. You admit to that. You didn't do anything. You admit to that. How could you have went to jail?
And I ain't looked out. Brother.
You're not successful. I thought you was. You are a snitch, but I thought you were successful. And you're not. You're a bum. You're a bum.
And I'm not a snitch.
You've been working for 25 years and you ain't got nothing. You're a bum. And a snitch.
Is this what you want? You want fame? You just got it.
Okay, I'm famous now.
You just got fame, brother.
Thank you. Thank you for your hospitality and making me famous. You're helpful.
You happy now?
Yeah, I'm happy.
So whatever it is you want to promote, book, business, whatever it is, now's your opportunity.
Sure, got millions of people watching.
I'm not going to address you no more.
Sure.
I'm not going to say nothing about you. I don't have a problem with you.
Sure you don't.
You know I had love for you.
Oh yeah, but you only hung out with me like 3 times, according to you. But when you got to understand, you knew me since high school for like 3 years. So 3 times, 3 years, which one?
Sometimes looking at it out ain't always in the financial gain way. Because who else would have did for you what I did?
Nobody else snitched on me like you did. How about that?
I dedicated my life to the streets, my man.
Oh yeah?
I changed my life.
Oh yeah?
Been in this industry ever since, never looked back.
You don't look back to town. Come and testify on people.
My mother was on crack, my man.
What they got to do with
me?
You
know how rough it was out here for me?
Well, sorry to hear that.
I didn't have no big brother.
Oh, you didn't?
I had to wave that thing to keep people off of me.
What thing you was waving? Your phone?
You have no idea what I went through.
The 911?
Years you was in it.
Oh, so I guess prison is a piece of cake.
What if somebody killed me for what you did?
And that's life.
No, I was with you.
That's life. That's because you ran your mouth. Anything else?
Tell the people about how you left me at the 5 train with a gun in my head with Little Mike. You remember that?
I left you at the 5 train with a gun in your head with Little Mike. You tell us.
You remember
tell us
that?
What happened. Tell us what happened.
When I was riding on the hood of the car, y'all wouldn't let me get in the car.
Yeah, we wouldn't let you get in the car because you're a bird. Yep, I remember that.
And I jumped off the car. Yep. And Little Mike from the valley ran up to me and put that Colt 357 in my head.
Oh, you knew what kind of gun it was,
He told you to get out the car. He wanted to talk to you about his man dead. Yeah. That's the last time we seen each other, bro.
That's a lie. Because you wouldn't have told on me if it was the last time we saw each other. You wouldn't have told on me.
What you do?
That was the last time.
You busted U-turn.
I busted U-turn.
And you stopped.
And I stopped. That's right.
And you said, yo, me and Stan squashed that. And he shot at you.
Yeah, he shot at
you.
He missed the whole car.
I never went to my house.
I didn't go to your house. I came back.
See if I was okay.
I came back. 10 minutes later.
Rest in peace to C-Dog. That ain't gonna hit C-Dog. It'd be like, yo, C-Dog. This dude just grabbed choke up, gunpoint.
Why would I tell C-Dog?
Y'all left me for dead, man. And if they really killed me, would you have told anybody? You remember that?
If no one cares, why are you texting me about it?
You left me with a gun in my head for a beat with Stan from the valley that I had nothing to do with. Another one of your problems, and I wasn't even your partner or nothing. In your company, again, with more trauma. I ain't got no beat with Stan from the valley. Valley niggas was my niggas.
Oh, yeah?
I knew Wolf and all them niggas, Scott and all them niggas from the valley.
Okay. You want to name drop?
White was my man. And that's why the reason.
So why you put a gun on you if he's your man?
If I wasn't, he would.
That don't make no sense.
Soon as you drove off, he took the gun from my head and said, yo, Choke, you know you my man. I just wanted to talk to your man. Be good. And I walked up Baychester Avenue to the project by myself. That nigga ain't even circle back and come look.
You did circle back. You's a liar.
I ain't even turn around and look back and see if the nigga gonna blow my head off.
So let me see.
Did you see out here?
Choke ain't tell on you.
You know what I did was show you love? Get you broad, ride you around.
Ball 733.
When you want to forgive yourself.
That's right. That's right.
And if you are mad at me, it's been 30 years, brother.
My uncle didn't point me out in the lineup. Ball 733. So you know so much. Look at the transcripts because I have.
I ain't snitching. But you gotta have forgiveness, brother.
Yeah, you know him because he was 19. Yeah, you know him real good. You must be related to him.
Why are you so upset? I did nothing to you.
So that's all good. It shows that you know him. So my uncle didn't point me out on the lineup. Let's get this straight. And he didn't come to court and testify on me. So he did say I did it.
And I'm not going to get in a beef with you.
My uncle was in the hospital. Yeah, he was in the hospital. But he didn't come to court. If Artie would have said what he said and didn't come to court, it wouldn't have, I still would have walked. Now I'm not even beefing with you. I'm just being real. What he did was corroborated what the crackhead witness Pat said. If Pat picked out somebody else and you would live in a rat house, a picture of a guy said he did it, wasn't me. she picked me out of a lineup. That's two conflicting identifications. He put me at the scene of the crime, chasing the guy around the corner where her testimony comes in and saying I did it. So he sealed her identification of me. He came and testified for the day, not for me, and helped seal the deal. So if you're in the streets, you should know, don't come to court for the DA and especially point somebody out. Even if you don't know what's going on, they're painting a picture. So you're helping them paint a picture. He told me he was scared. They had him basically saying they was going to charge him with this, that, and the third. So I said, all right, well then just come to court and say you took me to the motel and left me there. That was the story I told him. They ain't tell no police nothing. So if the police know anything about a motel, is he told them. So you must be, then you know.
You know what I'm saying? But you better off love
there it is.
I love you. I ain't got no reason not to love you. I forgive you for calling me a snitch. I forgive you because I know it ain't true. So I'm gonna forgive you. You want clout. You clout chasing. It's cool. You been home 5 years. Why you ain't been calling me a snitch?
I was a weirdo. You definitely don't know me. You probably was one of them people. Matter of fact, I'm not even gonna beef with you.
First one, and you told that I was there. You implicated me at the crime scene. I would make you a snitch. Because
and my co-defendant did. So you must have read the paperwork. If you read the paperwork, my co-defendant made that statement as soon as they said he was under arrest. And you was never arrested. Boom. Question. That's it. Question. When you got questioned, that's when he told. So co-defendant did say that, according to the paperwork. That is correct. And guess what? Co-defendant didn't testify at trial. So it wasn't over at that point. Anything else you got to say?
You would want me to go to jail. Why?
Right. He shouldn't have took the stand. Thank you. Once he took the stand for the DA, he put himself in the snitch position because you helped the DA make the case. That's what that's all about.
Because
understand? So this is my way of being able to refute what he's saying. Because he's trying to call me a snitch, he's trying to call my cousin a snitch, but he admit that my cousin was locked up before that happened. So, like, me having a claim to fame for this, I saw something. I don't know. I can't see it that good.
You make sure your kids watch this and learn this. This is not what you do.
I could have took a plea deal.
This is not what
and I didn't because I thought he was going to be stand up and come to court because he said he was forced to come to court and say he dropped me off at the motel and that was it. Then I would have had the one witness. It was 3 witnesses actually. 2 of them didn't know who did what. So I'd have had the one witness that said I did it and somebody else did it. Picture. 2 conflicting identifications wouldn't have held up. My co-defendant was not testifying, and that was that. So that was me rolling the dice on that one witness. Then he came and did what he did and sealed the deal. Because here's my thing. If you know him and you're cool with him, regardless of whether it's personal or whether you know him from online and like him, you're going to go with his flow because you already feel familiar with him. And I'm coming out of obscurity like, yo, this dude is, who's this dude? All right. But when you look at the paperwork and if you've been in some street life, any form of it, you be like, yo, okay. He shouldn't have did that. He shouldn't have did that. And there's certain things that he does where you can actually be like, yo, he's right, yo. I was 17 years old. I know that. You don't have to know everything. All you got to do is know, listen, don't say I was there. That's it. You don't have to be Ironside to like Perry Mason. Listen, you dropped me off at the motel and you didn't see me no more. That's it. My lawyer said, listen, if it's just her, if that's all you got, we got two different identifications. The jury can't find you guilty because they got a picture of somebody else that she said did it. Does that make sense? Okay, now you see how he goes back and forth and he contradicts himself. So it's like, where do you get this? I don't know you, bro, and I definitely ain't got no actual beef with you. If that's your man or your peoples or whatever, so be it. It don't change what it is. Like that's for real. It don't change nothing.
Joke, no joke, chicken joke, no joke. Joke, no joke, chicken joke, no joke. You know what it is. I'm in the building, truth be told, all day, every day, even on your birthday. Shout out to all my people in the building, Larry Green, I see you. The shit's
it wasn't over at that point because, like I said, he didn't testify. My trial was based on people's testimony. The jury didn't even know anything about whether or not my co-defendant copped out or whether we had our trial severed, because there's several reasons why co-defendants can get their trials severed and no one copped out. Jury didn't know what happened. Jury didn't know what happened.
The dirty cop. But he did 2 videos about me. You know what I'm saying? I guess he got mad at me doing the joint. And what else? Peace. You know, me covering the Dodge stuff. So your boy Reggie Jr. Compton finding 30 years cop.
I had one guy that was online, and he was like, Ben, like how you said, I'm weird or whatever. And I went back and forth with him. I was like, what's up? You a gangster? Like, and then I was like, hold on a second. What I look like beefing with these people? Like, for real. Like, this ain't my intention. Like, my situation happened with this dude. I don't like that. I really don't. But me having done all this time, come out, I've actually been in schools, talked to kids, talked to grown-ups, been talking with people who don't have jobs and telling them things that uplift themselves. And like a lot of people, my wife is even mad at me about this. They're like, yo, are you reverting back to this? Because it's like taking a step back. Some of my friends like, yo, like, why are you revisiting that? But it's like a closure part of me, like, yo, this dude could have just owned up to it and like apologized. Like, so if you know him, what I'm saying shouldn't even be far-fetched. It should be like, oh, like, dude got a big mouth. Like, he does do some clown ass shit on the internet, online, and he does stuff and he talks too much and he's always talking about stuff behind the scenes. Those behind the scene things aren't radical, but it's characteristics that let you know, like, oh, like, this dude can't shut his mouth. This dude will tell your business. So, one thing to say, like, I'm not promoting the lifestyle of selling drugs. I've done it. I paid the price for it. I'm not promoting killing nobody. I've done it. I paid the price for it. But my thing is, when you're fronting and saying that you was a street guy and you was this and you are boasting about some of the people that you hung with from your building, that killers, gangsters, drug dealers, and try to put yourself in the midst of them so that you can stand tall on the strength of their names, then it's like, I got an issue with that. Like, why are you sitting here fronting when you came to court? Like, are you crazy? Like, and one of the things that he did that is not right is that he's like keep calling out the victim's family. That's foul, and I'm gonna tell you why it's foul. Because I checked. The guy, he's 60 years old. Like, and that don't mean nothing. But why are you putting him in the midst and stuff? He's been living his life for all these years. Why are you bringing that pain back to him and singling them out too? Not even saying family, you saying names and all this stuff. Like, stop. Yo, you're stuck on him not seeing it happen. He didn't see what happened. But if I see you run around on her chasing somebody, and I tell the police, yo, he chased dude around the corner, and the dude ended up dead around the corner, that means you caught him, point blank. So if you say, I chased the dude around the corner and you ain't see nothing else, and I come back with blood on my shirt, read it. You read everything else. You read it. So that means I caught him. Somebody else says he's dead. That means I caught him. That's his blood on my shirt. Come on, man. It's like, I don't know how weird I was, but if you can't understand that, then I don't know what to tell you, bro. It's not nothing extra hard. But like I said, if you have some type of love for him, so you have a reason to really want to side with him, there's nothing I can say. If you want to side with him, there's nothing I can say to make you see the truth. But when you look at it from a legal standpoint, when they're putting the pieces together, one witness says I killed him, but her identification of me is not steady. So you need somebody that knows me to put me there. He puts me there and says I chased him around the corner. And now they said, how you know? Oh, I know him from high school. Or for about 3 years. So if you know me for 3 years, then you know what I look like. If you was in a car with me, you definitely know it was me. And if I got out the car and you're saying I had some sort of pouch, you look at the statement, it says a knife pouch. But at trial, he just said I had a pouch. But who made the statement about the knife pouch? And I never really got the actual statement. I got something that had snippets of the statement. They never gave me the statement. That little piece of statement that I got that at trial right when after he got on the stand. After he got, not even before he got on the stand. After he got on the stand and said what he had to say, and then the DA was given the reins over to the defense to do cross-examination. Then they produced this little bit of information that he said stuff. I didn't mention choking my alibi story. So this is where you're getting his story mixed up. He was coming to court. I spoke to him on the phone, not talking to the police, me and Choke on the phone, us two. He's saying, yo, I gotta go. I said, well, then say you dropped me at the motel and you ain't seen me again. So I didn't put him in no story. So that's his way of trying to wiggle his way out into other people's minds, saying that I put him in it so it makes him seem more justified to get himself out. Nobody said his name. Nobody. When they got pulled over in my car, which I sent word to take my car home, don't drive my car no more. When they got pulled over in my car, they was looking for my co-defendant. The witness already said him. My uncle already said him. So they was looking for him. There's only 2 people they were looking for. I was locked up and they caught him at that time. This dude was in the car. So just like he just said, they questioned him. And that's where they got him. You already admit you were 16, 17 at the time. Well, he was old. Choke was older than me. Choke was like 19. I was 17. The police are smarter than us. So they start questioning him and saying this stuff and trip him up. Got him. Point blank. Now, it's still snitching, bro. It's still snitching. Now, if they trip you up and you're young, all right. They trip you up. You said something fucked up. All right, cool. Now, when it comes time to come to court, don't come. Because my uncle, they went to my uncle in the hospital. I don't know if he was drugged up or whatever. I don't know. I do know what I saw, what I read, that he said I was there and he said my uncle was there. So he said we did it. But when it came time for me to go to trial, my uncle didn't come. So they couldn't use my uncle's statement without him being there. So his statement had no effect on my conviction. So it's easy to say, like, your uncle knows you. If he say you did it, you're done. Yeah, if he comes to court. He didn't come to court. Choke came to court. So there it is.
You can come on live right now, baby.
So he attempted to call Reggie to come live with him, but when I showed up in one of his chats, he didn't invite me. Now I don't want to sit there and go insult for insult and stuff like that. I can do that. Because I can insult. I have no problem insulting him. But it's like, if I'm speaking about something that's factual, then I can just convey what I have to say and have my facts prove it. I don't have to get foul, profane, or nothing. If I choose to, then that's one thing. But I can just say, listen, here we go. I got the paperwork. I do. I have it as a link. People can click it and they can read the statement parts. They can read the investigation part, which led to the arrest of my co-defendant, who they spoke to, and everything. And when they arrested him, they seen it was him and a passenger, Alston. That's when they questioned him. That's when all that stuff came out that he said. But they was not looking for him. All that stuff you can see. I put it on my page. So if you're looking at me right now, talking to me, chatting with me, you can go on to my other one of my other links and click it, and you see all the paperwork. That's what I'm saying. Thank you, brother. My paperwork doesn't say anything about how Choke got, because he didn't get arrested. That's why. That's what I'm trying to tell you, bro. That's exactly what I'm trying to tell you. So that shows me that you're reading it. And you're reading it says they arrested my co-defendant, because that's what they was looking for. And then when you see the little statement, that shows you, and going by what he said about being questioned, bro, the paperwork is not going to give you every single step that occurred, because as with him, because he wasn't a defendant, he wasn't a suspect, man. So there it is. He was in the passenger seat when they pulled the car over and arrested my co-defendant. It don't say nothing else from there. But what it does say is, next thing you know, maybe a coda for him there. Did he go to the police station with your friend same day? Both of them were together. They put my co-defendant under arrest. Cuffs. You're coming in. Right to remain silent. Choke was in the car. They went to the precinct. What they said to choke. So I'm not going to sit here and lie. I'm not going to lie to make it seem like they said you're under arrest, because there's nothing saying that. They might have actually said that to him to make him scared. Boom, they might have said that, but they might not. Now he's flipping. Now he's saying my cousin identified me, but earlier he recognized that my cousin Nolan got arrested over a month earlier. This is just to point out to you how he be lying. This is a game he's playing. Yep. Yeah, that's the truth.
And he confessed to assault. After he confessed to assault, the motherfucker told him he died.
That's the truth.
Not you.
That's the truth. But they had nothing to do with you.
Not only did he get arrested by himself, me and his co-defendant didn't get arrested yet.
That's right.
I never got out the car already. Scene of the crime, when I pulled up, they jumped out the car and ran around the corner. I never got out the car already.
That's right. You never got out the car.
I never seen this shit happen. You know how I got arrested, Reggie? That's who told him I was dead.
Now, this is where the lies start. This is where the lies start.
The snitch. The nigga was calling me a snitch.
The co-defendant and him were both in the car together. Now, if my co-defendant said he was there in the precinct, I don't know. I know there's no paperwork to say that. So, if he did say that, and I'm not saying he did, there's no paperwork that says that. But what I can tell you is that what I showed and proved is I showed and proved that I had nothing to do with the police even laying eyes on him. And that's all I need to do, because he tried to lie and call me a snitch. All I got to do is clear myself. If my co-defendant said his name, my co-defendant said me. So, but still in all, why would my co-defendant say him? Because he didn't do shit. There's no reason to say his name. If my co-defendant is trying to tell on somebody, he's telling on me, because that would help to get the pressure off of him. Artie ain't do nothing. There's no reason to say his name unless you want to add a witness to the witness list. Understand what I'm saying, bro? Dude sit there lying.
He drove me to the hotel, and he got the hotel room for me. Go look at the paperwork.
Go look at the paperwork. Don't say nothing like that. Nothing. This is his testimony at trial. That what he says. None of my paperwork, police reports, nothing like that said that. Because I ain't say that.
Ronnie Bivens or Michael DeVoe. Whatever, though, you can go look at the paperwork. This shit, right? How did the police know who named I put the fucking hotel?
Because you told them.
How did the police know?
No police. You know police. You said that at trial.
How did the police even know?
Oh, maybe you did say it to the police. I don't know.
I never got out the fucking car.
This came out because I went on Queen's Flip the Script. Now, the world is bigger than Choke, bro. Right. Right. Thank you, brother. Now you see none of the witnesses knew Choke was there. No, the police wasn't looking for Choke, bro. That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. Now you got it. Nobody knew Choke was there. If Choke wasn't in the defendant, this would never happen. And all they would have had to do, my co-defendant, was leave my fucking car home. I told him, leave my car home.
So now I get arrested.
That's it, bro. That's it.
Right?
Nobody knew he was there.
I'm not
That's it.
This is my second time in my life hanging out with this nigga. I don't even know this nigga. He's not from my project. I don't know why.
Bang! Now you got it. Now you got it. Now you got it. There's no reason for us to say he was there because he didn't do nothing, bro. There's no reason. I can't save myself by saying he was there. I can only hurt myself. So there's no reason to say he was there. Same with my co-defendant. My co-defendant said I did it because I did the stabbing. So there's no reason for him to say he was there because he didn't do nothing. So that means when they pulled them over and arrested my co-defendant. They said whatever it is they said to choke, whether it be to scare him or he was already scared enough, and just started talking, bro. Now we on the same page, bro. We on the same page. Now all you have to do is now look at it from. See, he's saying he had to save himself. How, bro? You killed that nigga. Yeah, he did. He did. He did. I'm not saying he didn't. He did. My co-defendant snitched. He did. But he didn't come to trial. You trying to give me props for being with you? Bro, you don't have to. You don't have to consider what he did snitching. You know, if you don't look at it like that, I can't make you look at it that way. But all I can tell you is that when the DA calls a witness in order to try to make a case for conviction. So if you're not outright coming, all right, sometimes a witness can be called and that witness really has nothing to do with the actual crime. It may be painting a picture of something that the DA may try to use. Like say for instance, you have a witness that comes, a professional witness. Professional witness has nothing to do with the who did what. But you're coming in to say, okay, well, the lights. How was the lighting? The lighting was this, that, and the third, because the DA is trying to paint a picture that the scene was well lit. Will the lighting actually get you convicted? Will that person's testimony in lighting play if they ain't going to say, well, the guy that said the lights was on is the reason why we found you guilty? No, that's not. But if the lighting is proper, then you could say the witnesses who claim they saw you had proper lighting so they can say their identification was good. So I'm just using that to like the picture of how the DA will call witnesses to make a picture. And everybody who's actually called is not a quote unquote snitch. All right, cool. Now, when you're dealing with people in the criminal element, people that are in the streets, you should know that you shouldn't be coming to court. But when you're dealing with the fact of identification, he played them, listen, what happened? It seems like you got a hold of the paperwork. So he's basically trying to get him to talk about what happened. Jumped out the car, ran, chased him around the block. I don't have the paperwork right here. I'm going by my memory of it. So if I don't say it, don't say I'm lying. But if I chase him around the corner and then somebody else says they see this happening, there was a couple of other witnesses that saw something happening. They couldn't identify who did it. So they had nothing to do with me, but they said they saw the fighting, so on and so forth. Picture for the jury. Those other two witnesses seen that, said, okay, well, it confirms that there was a fight, because looking out the window, they couldn't tell about any stabbing. They just seen fighting. They didn't know what was in my hand. All right. But if this dude says, and there's a statement that has a slash through it. We got a black marker around it and has a slash through it, and that has pieces of a statement from him. The actual stenograph statement, I never had my hands on it. That's the only proof that I have that there was a statement from him at all. And it says there was a stenograph statement. I just never got my hands on it. But on that piece of paper, it says that he says, I got out with a knife punch. It says that, bro. So if he said I stabbed him, then you help build the case, man.
That could be the third. Austin the third. So I ran across this fool.
One question: was Trump at least trying to save you at trial? The point of him supposed to saying that he left me at the motel, that was to save me, because that was to keep him from putting me at the scene. Now, when I got arrested and they told me he was hurt, and I admitted that we had a fight, you know, yeah, I was made a statement, but it was just me. I didn't say anything about anybody else. So this it's a lie. Now, even going to trial, when you have a statement, they have what is called a Huntley hearing. So you have a hearing on whether or not to let it in. And they honestly didn't want to let it in because this dude had a record for robbing people. So that actually helped me, but they wouldn't let that in.
I'm going to do this shit. Like, no, I'm not.
Any other questions? Like, here's the thing. See, this is what he did. He addressed the dude Reggie Wright, because Reggie Wright had the whole thing messed up.
On behalf of people having been duly sworn in by the clergy.
Why would he say stuff like you had a nosebleed if you were snitching? I actually like that question. You know why he had to say I had a nosebleed? Because he already told the police I came back with blood on my shirt. Now, when he gets in the open court, he has to keep up the blood on my shirt. But trying to flip it a little bit, he said I had a nosebleed. But guess what that does? That shows that I had an altercation. So even I do have a nosebleed, which I didn't. Even if I do have a nosebleed, you still confirm that I ran around a corner and got into something, man.
It's like you're coming out of jail.
All you basically saying is that this is my blood on my shirt, as opposed to when you said I have blood on my shirt without a nosebleed, which was his blood. See what I'm saying? So it's like he's snitching, and he tried, but all he had to do was stick to the script. I told him, don't come to court. You don't have to come. I said, if they give you a fine, I'll pay it. That's what I told him. He don't say that part. But if he comes to court, then say you dropped me off at the motel and you didn't see me no more. That would have been it. Nothing else to say. All that extra stuff is where you get tripped up. These people are smart. Like, these people, that's what they do. They trip us up, our people's up, and get us to say we did stuff. Look at the Central Park guys. Them guys ain't even do it, and they got them to say they did it. They need professionals at this. We're not. I just said I made a statement. I made a statement about myself having an altercation with him, me and him one-on-one. Yeah, I said that. I never implicated him.
And I still haven't. All right, so. But never would be smoking, niggas, we would get.
Okay? I just said that, man. I guess you're typing and you're not hearing me.
Kill them. Nigga, we was not gonna goddamn smoke. Come on, all right? Let's move on. And second, these niggas was not my homeboys. These niggas was some niggas from my project that I happened to hang with that day.
So now he's saying just hang with that day. But if you look at the transcripts when they went to trial, he said he knew me for at least 3 years. That helps to strengthen the prosecution's case with the witness that pointed me out in the lineup but picked out another photo. So I'm not trying to beef with you, bro. I'm trying to enlighten you, because a lot of people just assume that snitching is just saying he did it. You don't have to say he did it, man. You're helping him. If you put me at the scene of the crime chasing the deceased around the corner, you don't know what happened, but he's dead around the corner, man. Come on. That means you caught him.
This took place on Shepland Avenue between 229th Street and Baychester Avenue. There's no fucking store there. None.
And this dude, whoever this dude is, Reggie Wright, messed everything up.
There's not a store within probably a 3-4 block radius, unless you're going down the hill to the plaza. But where we at is
and Choke lied. That's what I'm trying to tell you. He either lied or he told them himself, because I didn't say it.
This is what I'm saying. Niggas will lie to try to make a nigga look fat. You know what I'm saying? But let's move on. And ask the nigga who's telling
you read the transcript, you'll hear that he says the stuff on
anybody. As I continue. Goes
trying to think if he said it in trial or if he said it in the affidavit. That's why I paused. I'm not sure. Bro, I guess you're not here. This must be like a connection thing, because you keep asking me the same question. I keep telling you. I admitted to having a fight with him. I did. Yeah, they tricked me. I admitted to having a fight with him. I didn't know he died. Yes, that happened. But I didn't say Choke had anything to do with it. He was there. If I'm admitting to having a fight with him, thinking it's assault, why the fuck would I say anything with anybody? Because I'm thinking the guy's there. I admit to that. I'm gonna go to court and bail out. That's it. So now, with you hearing this, doesn't that make more sense? If I think he's alive, all right, yeah, we had to fight, boom, I did that. Then go to court, bail out. Why would I implicate anybody? Because I'm going home. Like, why would I put? Especially if dude ain't do nothing. So why would I even? You ain't do nothing. Why say you? Why say your name? So now you got to look at it two ways. Now, either I said his name and said all this stuff about he put me in a motel and all this stuff for what reason, I don't know. If I'm admitting that we had to fight. So if I'm admitting that we had to fight, what the fuck do I need an alibi for? Right? Right? That makes sense, right? You don't have to be the smartest person in the world for that to make sense. Boom. But now when it comes down to going to court, and it's like, okay, now they can't use the statement admitting to the fight. All right, now the strategy is you have a witness that says you did it and then says somebody else did it. The jury will never see or hear about the statement, the admission. You got to roll the dice on whether or not you think you can win. Now, okay, I don't even know who she is. So she claims she knows me, but she picked somebody else out. Right, cool. When I see her in court, it's like, I think I saw her before, but I don't know her. But I was selling drugs in the project. So, when you're selling drugs, more people know you than you know them. So thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you, bro. Thank you, Raekwon. Thank you. Because they scared him up or whatever. And then he says all this stuff. Because there's no reason for me to say that. Now it makes some sense, right? If I say, yo, we had a fight. Wow. All right, cool. Oh, he died. Oh, shit. There's nothing else to say. There's nothing else to say. Now he's adding all this stuff when they scare him up. Oh, were you there? I don't know how they said it because I wasn't there. But I know my paperwork shows that they were looking for my co-defendant because my uncle and a witness said him. And somebody made a call, anonymous call. Who knows who did that? But that's the factors that put him in the mix. But not me. I had nothing to do with it. He's just saying that because if you got 80,000 followers, and got 200, you got your numbers. You got me beat by the numbers. So you got more people that's listening to you than people listening to me. So if you say, well, listen, he told on me. They don't know me. They're going to go with that flow. Like, oh, we know this guy. We've been listening to him for years. All right, well, this dude come from nowhere. I don't know. He's a clout snatcher, clout chaser, or whatever. He's trying to get. Oh, he's trying to sell a book. He's trying to do this. He's lying. Then you start reading, and then you start doing certain things and adding common sense to it. And be like, yo, this don't make sense. It don't make sense. How could he make a statement implicating himself, admitting himself as a fight, thinking this is an assault, and then try to alibi? That don't make sense. You either was there or you wasn't. So the only time it makes sense is if the statement is not applicable, which is at trial. So that was me saying the thing about the hotel was him saying that at trial. I don't know what he told them at the precinct, which if he's claiming they knew about it, is because he said it. Because why would my co-defendant say it? Because my co-defendant wasn't in the motel. My co-defendant was with him. I was the only one at the motel. So, you know, the dude is a liar. And a lot of times when you got people that run their mouth and they do a lot of gossip, they do a lot of lying. And what you do is let them continue to talk because they will contradict themselves sooner or later. He contradicted himself. He said in the first video that I played that my uncle told my cousin was in jail already. Then in this video that he made a few days ago, he tried to say it was my cousin. He knew it wasn't my cousin. He was just trying to shoot dirt on his name. Why? Anybody's guess. But if you got to sit there and try to shoot snitch dirt on somebody's name and you don't like it being on your name and you're really not a snitch, then you know you ain't supposed to do that. My mistake was, and that was ignorance on my part, is that when I first spoke to King Erna and I sent him statements, I didn't know how to do it in a proper form for you to be able to click it. I just took little pictures and I took pictures and stuff. When I was uploading stuff, I was taking pictures as opposed to putting it on a PDF file. Excuse me. If I would have done that first, then I probably wouldn't even been having this chat with you because you would have been able to see it. You may not have agreed to it, but the facts is still the facts. When you're dealing with the street code, he violated it. That's why he can be called a snitch, because he violated it and he helped the prosecution with his case. And he got on there in the first video and said he came to testify for me. And then in the second video, he said he testified for the people. He did testify for the people. He couldn't lie to that because the papers prove it. Yeah, he was like, I was 17. I think he was 19. He's older than me. So I think he was 19 in 89. So he's like 50 now. I'm 48. He was like 50. So, like I said, my thing is this. I'm not going to go shoot him in the head or none of that. But when people interview me, because I have my own life, I'm a businessman, I'm an entrepreneur, I have my own life. When I get interviewed and they ask me about my prison, my, going to jail and all that, I have no problem saying this dude told me. None. Because it's the truth. Now, am I basing my claim to fame around him? No. My actual claim to fame, if you want to call it that, is that I did a bunch of time, came home, and didn't let that stop me. That's my claim to fame. My claim to fame is that I went to schools and I spoke to kids about making the proper decisions. I went to high schools and told them that I did almost as much time as Mandela, and I came home and I was doing my thing. So that's my claim to fame. I don't know DXT. I don't know. But what I do know is that Choke is violating by calling him, saying his name and all this and all this. The man is 60 years old. Like, However he dealt with it, he dealt with it. But you act like you calling the dogs out, like no one's listening to you. Like, come on. So, oh, they got money, they got money, they got. Yo, I checked his net worth. Like, and I'm not talking about DXT, I'm talking about a choke. So he ain't got no money. So it's like, yo, why are you trying to rally up people? Just admit, yo, he been better off saying, yo, I didn't mean to throw you under the gun. They had me hemmed up about it, making me think that I was going to be charged as an accessory. Because when you're 19, 17, 18, whatever, they're smarter than us. They make you say this, that, and the third. Like I said, they got 5 people convicted. That didn't even do the crime. So what do you think they would do to him? He would have been better off saying, yo, they had me thinking that you said this, that, and the third, because I didn't. So you'd have been better off saying that they had you thinking this. So you did that and like, yo, bro, yo, I'm sorry, man. My fault, man. I didn't mean it, man. I didn't mean you no harm, but I was scared. You'd have been better off just saying sorry. Because one thing I didn't let hatred burn in me to the point where it's like it wouldn't let me function. I came home and did my thing, even though in the back of my mind, I was like, yo, this dude, because I talked to him after I got home. I talked to him and he told me, yo, you had somebody call me a rat and all this. I'm like, yo, this dude still won't apologize. And I didn't let that hold me back. I did my thing. It didn't get to the point, like I said, as I started being known and then start getting interviews and all this stuff, that came up. But I done made money. I got more than one business. I ain't no bum. So for anyone to say I'm clout chasing or I'm trying to get something from him, like I already said, I checked his net worth, man. I got more money than him. I don't need nothing from him, man. But an apology would have been nice. Yo, yeah, you didn't hang out with me. You only hung out with me a handful of times. Yeah. But I did put that work in your hands. I put that in your hands. You wasn't working for me. I put you on. That's the thanks I get. And all that, the dude pulled the gun out on him. I did come back. I went up the block, went around the corner, came back. What happened? They let him go. He walked up. Whatever. I know I came back. But if it was an issue like that, then if you really felt any way about that day, then you shouldn't have been in the car with me no time after that. So you wouldn't have been there when the situation occurred. So, yo, the dude tells a bunch of lies, man. Like, dude's little antics. I understand we're dealing with shock value. So if you do stuff and if you create some type of drama or tension or whatever, it's good for TV, it's good for views. I get it. I get it. But sometimes you got to just do that thing, man. People like that too. Some people will actually watch that too. Like, because I've done interviews. Look at some of my interviews. Y'all look at some of my interviews when people are talking to me. Like, I've done speaking engagements when me and the audience was about to cry, talking about stuff. Like, so it's not like I was to the point where I was so dead inside. I appreciate being able to talk about something and feel it to the point where it makes me misty-eyed. Even if I'm watching a damn movie, because I used to be so dead inside of, man, who want to live like that, man? That used to be like cool, like, oh, stoic face, grill, meaning. I'm grown, man. I'm grown. Having emotion is a human quality. I can laugh, I can feel sadness, I can feel anger, all that. All emotions in the whole spectrum, I want to be able to feel. So this is grown man talk. So I was once 16, 17, where I didn't want to acknowledge that, okay, well, whatever. Boom. Now I'm grown. So it's time to do grown up things. He could have held it down and said, yo, you right, man. I messed up, man. I messed up. Now, would I have embraced him and went out and clubbing with him? Hell no. But at least I'd have been able to say, all right, cool. It's done. This is behind me now. So it's not like, can be like, man, you apologizing is going to change my life around. It's going to change. No, it's not. But at least it'll be like, yo, you owned up to messing up. Whether you want to call him a rat or not, if you look at it for what it really is, he contributed to my conviction. However you want to spin on that, you call it whatever you want to call it. But all he had to like, yo, listen, my bad, man. I've been home almost 6 years. I haven't seen him. When he come through the hood, I ain't there. But I don't be around either one anyway. I used to come by, whatever. A couple of people I know come through. And I'm gonna tell you one of the reasons that really made me want to stop coming to Eden Wall, unless I have a purpose and a destination. So one time I came there and I seen a couple of guys I knew. So we were standing there and talking, and then a few other guys came. And I did all this time. So they talk about the force, he did all this time, this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. And then these dudes started reminiscing about things that I did. And I felt bad. I'm like, these dudes talking about and I was like, I ain't even living like that. No, I ain't even thinking about that stuff. I'm on a mission to get money, doing business stuff and all this. And then the younger dude was like, looking at me like, oh, this guy's lame. And I was like, this ain't for me, because I'm not thinking about shooting nobody, stabbing nobody, selling no drugs, or taking over a building. I ain't thinking about that. And so if you're thinking about that and you're talking about that, then I don't need to be around you. I want to get rich and do these things. Yeah, I want to do those big things. Yeah, I actually have plans. I have things that I want to do. And selling drugs in front of the building ain't part of the process. So, cool. So going through all this is rehashing up old stuff. And it's like, and even bringing back old, and it's like, yo, that ain't funny, man. But you need a little closure and get something, I do deal with closure. But the dude is a rat, in my opinion, and that's that. Like, it's really nothing else.
You will stand up. Be stand up. My first stand up. You will stand up.
You don't want to stand up?
BX stand up.
BX stand up.
Mount
Vernon stand up. Platinum hand power. The end of days. End of days. What time is it?
Looking at my Gucci, it's about that time. You might fucking to ignite the rush. I heard you stop this digital crimes. Nigga, when I catch you, your ass is mine. Jiggy, no. Backstage. Like to Brooklyn, that's your jiggy jaw, bro. No
asked you who they want to shoot. You said, nah, dog, and filed a lawsuit. Why can't they believe you a snitch for doing that? You a certified bitch and a rat. Mama bottle, what's about that time to ignite the rhyme, snitching on crimes. 1989, selling Nixon dimes. So you came to me to get some cheese. Part of the motherfucking game allows a chief to testify and keep a thorough name. He went to the grand jury. Pointed me out in open court. Come on. That's a rap. That's rap tactics, man. You testified. Got the pesticide. Get it? Pesticide? Killing the rat. Mama bottle, what's about that time? Not the rhyme. Snitching on crimes. Check with the expert on the network. That's buzz. Worth less than 25K. I know 25 needs to make 25K. I'll probably make your net worth in 25 days. I drive a GL550. I once was your hero. I rock big coats, cashmere, and 7 killings. So why would I ask you for shit? Nigga, please. That's right. These are fruit, cherry, lemon, watermelon. You celebrate every time they caught a felon. Strawberry, apple, lemon, apricot. Check this straight up. What a laugh style. Snitch, bitch. Telling you, man, it's over. Check. And that's what he does. And I'm not the only one. There's somebody else that told me that he told on them. I haven't seen no paperwork. He copped out. But bro, if you ride with him, if you're cool with him, that's on you. If your life is regular, you're a law-abiding citizen, you ain't got nothing to worry about. You ain't nothing to tell him. But believe this, that me coming out and saying and proving that he testified, because one person may analyze it and say, well, he didn't say enough for me to call him a rat. That's your opinion. People that's into the streets, and this is a murder trial. This isn't a shoplifting. Like there's certain things you could like, okay, well, that ain't that serious. You know, let's not get real technical. It's a murder trial, man. You don't play no games with a murder trial. A lot of time being at stake. They just look at, yo, you testified for the DA, man. What else does need to be said? They ain't ask you about the lighting. They ain't ask you about the scenery. They ask you about people, the defendants. You know, you testify about how many cars was in the parking lot. But then, hey, with this, I don't count them. You want to testify about me chasing somebody around the corner, then I got an issue with that. So that's it. End of days. Call it however you want to call it, but there it is. And what I do appreciate, Ball, is even though you called me a weirdo, I didn't fall into that. I almost did. But my thing is this. You don't have to agree with me because I don't agree with me as far as what I actually done, as far as taking a life. That was wrong. It was wrong. God robbed me. God robbed me. Now, I deserved my get back. He just didn't deserve to die. Boom. So that being said, I once again have publicly acknowledged that that wasn't the right thing. But moving from that, when you live in the street life and these things happen, that's a part of it. That's a part of it, man. It's just the sad part is that so much was lost. A life was lost, and lives, one physical, other people's lives were distorted and wrecked and, torn apart. And not just on his side. His side because of his physical death and what his family went through. My side on the separation from me being taken away from my family and the things that were going on in my life. And I've lost family members that I've never seen again. So I'm gone. Next, this one dies. Grandmother dies. My grandfather dies. It's like uncle dies. Another uncle dies. Like 3 uncles died. And grandfather, like people, a cousin, like people, they ain't waiting for you, man. Life goes on. Death is a part of life. So, hey, and that's why part of my mission on the comeback home was to be able to talk to kids to help them to make a better decision. So once again, if my claim to fame is going to be anything, it's going to be to help these kids to make better decisions and to help the people that are not kids to make better decisions and do better business. Because 2 weeks ago, I was on the Facebook show with the mayor of Mount Vernon. So don't sit here and think for a second that I'm just sitting here talking about this dude, because my life has so much more meaning to it than a situation that put me away for almost 26 years, or 25 years, 7 months and 5 days to be exact. So I hope that you got a better understanding with this little situation in our chat. I appreciate it, because I would like the purpose of me making the station was for me to be able to put content on it and to be able to show people stuff that I'm doing and expand my brand and this, that, and the third. But what I noticed is that it's being filled with this stuff about this guy. But let me ask you this. Why am I getting the most views with this stuff? You know what I'm saying? It's like, so I understand why people do the things that they do. Why people do the controversy and stuff, because people want to see that. I put something on about a neighbor died during the pandemic. I think one person looked at that. I mean, I didn't check it recently, but it was days before somebody even watched it. And I'm like, wow, like during the quarantine, she had a routine. She came out every day and went somewhere. I don't know, she jumped in the cab. Every day the quarantine took people out of their routine. So she was dead for over a week before the smell went upstairs and the neighbors like, yo, something's wrong. And stuff like that. When I used to come through driving on the parkways, be the only car on the parkway and see dead animals on both sides. And I talked about that. Who cares? Like, it's like when you start talking about punching somebody in the mouth and people want to hear that. But you talking about the society's changing and things are dying and all this stuff. It's like, so what? So we all got to step our game up in that level. So we want our kids, or whether or not we have kids or not, our youth, we want our youth to be more rounded and less hard, because I was hard in my little generation, and these now are desensitized from the stuff they're watching and things. We want to get them more up to a level of maturity that we can be proud of. We want to have our families building wealth. This is stuff I'm talking about, entrepreneur stuff, talking about how the people. I came home with a 763 credit score after doing 25 years, 7 months, and 5 days. How do you do that? These are the things I'll be telling people when I'm talking. I'm like, yo, I can help you, man. Like my life of selling drugs and doing this. I sold drugs in the street. I sold drugs in prison. Okay, yeah, I did that. But that didn't help me get the 763 credit score. And it's like, yo, like I'm driving a big Benz. Like you didn't have a Benz back. I had a Honda Accord back then. Okay, I didn't have a Benz. I got a Benz now. This is my second Benz. Me and my wife both drive Benzes. Like, and this is not a big thing. Like a lot of us think that driving Benzes, BMWs, Acuras, Lexus is a big. It's not. It's not, man. It's not, man. And this is what I attempt to promote to people. Like, if we come from a line of kings and queens, then the better things should be expected, man. Should be expected. I'm like, what I said in the song is true. I rock mink coats, cashmere, and when I said killer bees, I'm talking about Gucci because they got the bees. I do that when I'm working or I'm doing something, whether it be working out or working in the yard or, you know, I don't go out with, going to the backyard and cut grass with a fur coat on. I don't do that. I ain't that level. I'm not that stuck up, if you will. But yo, I believe that. Like you're supposed to be able to do that, man. All the grinding we done did, all the risks we done took. It's like, yo, why would you take all the risks to get some good things and then do time and then come home and then bust your ass and don't treat yourself to something sometime? That don't make sense. And I understand there's a very big difference by squandering all your money to get material and don't have nothing. You don't do that. That's stupid. But if you have some excess, surplus cash that you can say, okay, well, listen, all my bills are taken care of. I got this, I got this, I got this. Let me treat myself to something right here. Do it. I was in a car accident a little over a month ago. I bought the van, had it in the shop for 2 months. It had a bunch of electrical issues. Brakes, rotors, a whole bunch of stuff. When I got it back, the ABS light went on. I told him, he said, bring it back. I said, no, because my Benz is in the shop, so I need something to drive. The next day, crashed it, totaled it. Walked away untouched. And I was like, yo. I was like driving like 50 or 60. So I wasn't even driving slow. Well, and I hit the brakes, the joint stuck, and boom, untouched. Like, fine. That made me think, like, yo, what if something would happen to me? Right? So I started, like, I'm gonna start treating myself. I'm gonna start doing more things for my family because I've been doing stuff for my family. And start like, listen, I got to get my affairs in order. I got to get my insurance and all this stuff together because we're not promised tomorrow. So if anything happens to you, you want your family to be at least taken care of to a degree where at least your burial is taken care of. And maybe they have a few dollars to the side to help them get through the upcoming months. Like people die and family just go into debt. Like, boom, got to pay for the funeral. If you got a mortgage, you got to do this. If you got some certain bills, they end up inheriting. Like, come on, you want to die and leave your family with debt and debt? Come on. So these are the things that I want to build with the people, man. So let's get past this crap. The dude told, and that's it, man. Let's get past that and move on. There's a lot of stuff that I could actually help build with people because I'm smart. So maybe, brother, you thought I was weird because I didn't belong in them streets. I was an honest student. So there was certain things about me that you could tell it wasn't something different about him. I was just a tough guy, but I was a brainiac. So I'm going to end this because I got other things I got to do. But I appreciate talking to you, brothers. I appreciate that. And I appreciate the devil's advocate, if you will. You're asking questions like it was almost like an interview, so to speak. Except you calling me weird. But it won't be the first time I'll say it. So I ain't even mad at you, man. You have a good night. Johnny Buntingjr, Body Force. Peace.